pissing me off about post-graduation life. Everyone asks you, bro, like, what did you study from college? You tell them, do you have a job yet? No, I'm looking. And they always give you that look, like, disappointed. It's like, bro, I'm trying. It's hard out here, bro. Like, I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my projects. I'm doing everything I can to get a job. They're always giving you that judgmental look. Guys, I'm going to need you all to calm down. I'm going to be fine. I just need to keep putting in more work. And once I get in the door, I'm good for life. I think we all just got to chill. And for the postgraduates of feeling the pressure of finding their first job, you're going to be fine. Don't worry about the outside pressure. Just take your time, study, work on your resume, go to job fairs, do the hard things that you know is necessary to obtain the job that you want. And last but not least, man, pray. Pray, pray, pray. Prayer always helps.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gag with Geach. I am your boy Geach. And y'all, I know it's hard out here for a lot of the new graduates, just graduating college and everything. And this job market with all these layoffs and everything going on is very discouraging for all the new graduates. Everybody, you excited, you got your college degree, and you want to get out here in the workforce and get you a job and make some money and live your life. But unfortunately, seems to be not the days we living in no more. So, it's rough out here. But without further ado, let's get back into these clips to see how everybody's feeling about it.
We're not prepared for it in the corporate world.
Okay, if you're a new grad and you're a few months into your first job, I feel like you can relate to this. I graduated college 9 months ago with a computer science degree, and I've been at my first job for about 7 months. Something I've been struggling with lately is that for most of our lives up to this point, there's always been somebody to tell you what the next step is. And when you get to the corporate world, there is no roadmap. I think it's very rare for somebody's first job to be their dream job. And for me, there's a lot of things I like about my job and a lot of things I don't like. But overall, I know I don't want to stay in this role for very much longer. But then it's like, okay, when do I leave? What do I go do? How do I make that happen? This can be really hard, especially when you're really excited about your first job, but then it just comes time to move on. So if you're further on in your career, how did you navigate this? Tell me everything.
So my first job right after high school, I guess it was kind of easy for me to navigate because I still kind of had people telling me what to do and put me in the right direction, because after I graduated high school, I went straight into the military. And I did that up for like 8 years. And so it was very easy for me. Went to college while I was in the military, even went to college when I got out. So I know military may not be an option for a lot of people. That's just not what they wanted to do. It definitely wasn't what I wanted to do. I'm grateful that I served, and I'm honored that I did that. But for me, it was just a step in the right direction until I fully figured out what I wanted to do. So I know it's going to be challenging. And like she said, your first job might not need to be your dream job. Sometimes you may need to work yourself up to that. So once you do land what you may consider your dream job, you'll appreciate it more because, you worked your way up and got it. But versus going directly into your dream job and you might end up hating it sooner than you think. You realize it may not be your dream job. So everybody's path is different.
Nobody really tells you how hard it is to get a job that you want as a new grad. It has really been wild with me trying to find a job in the specialty that I want. And when I tell y'all, I'm really just like, I've always been the rebel. And when I tell y'all, it's been so many people just like, oh, you have to start off in med-surg. And it's just me like, who has to start off in med-surg? I'm not starting off in med-surg. I said that from day one that I was not going to start off in med-surg. And here I am struggling so bad to find a job. Like, I did all of the hard work. I went to school for 3 years. The NCLEX, the first try, 85 questions. Like, I really don't understand. In which I know that does not matter how many questions that you have. That made me feel really good about myself. Like, I passed bare minimum and I really don't understand, like, why can't I find a job or get into the specialty that I want? This is just so wild. And I'm not sure if it's because the state that I'm in, it's just been really hard. Like, I've been really struggling with trying to find a job. And I feel like I did the hard part. I've been applying to different jobs. I really just want to know, when is it going to get easier?
To answer a question, I don't think it's going to get easier. You just got to work harder. I know they say, that's like a cliche, work harder, but these days you really do got to work harder to get a job, because these jobs, they just not hiring like they used to. Matter of fact, I think now these days jobs doing more layoffs than they are doing hiring. And then you got the whole AI boom and then all that craziness. So it's unfortunate for all the new grads out there looking for work, but just keep going. Don't give up. Eventually you will find something. It may be a little harder than it was back in the day when you can quit a job and have a new one in 2 weeks. Just not the times we living in anymore. So, but you can't give up. You got to keep going.
Hey, so I just want to talk a little from the heart today. It is really hard to find a job as a new grad nurse. I graduated last December and I'm still looking for a job. I send out applications and check my email 100 of times and try to be hopeful. But there are days when I just heavy. It feels like I'm trying really hard. Why no one sees me? Can someone just give me a helping hand and tell me, hey, we need you, we see you, you're shy. So I have to remind myself, I am worthy. I will get a job eventually. It's just, I have to trust the process. If you're out there also struggling where I'm struggling, don't give up. Trust yourself. You went through a lot, and this maybe could be a good sign for you. Eventually we'll get the job that we wanted. We just have to be patient.
If you're a college grad who's struggling to get a job, congratulations. This is one of the greatest opportunities you've ever been given. I'm going to tell you 3 things to do that will help you to not only get a job, but will help you to take care of yourself in the future, because job security is an illusion. Technology is disrupting everything. Number 1, you're going to get a part-time job so you have some money coming in. Maybe you work 20, 30 hours a week. I don't care what you do. It doesn't matter. Number 2, you're going to align yourself with people and places doing the things you want to do. You're going to talk to them, not so they can give you something, but so you can learn from them. You're going to have informational conversations. You're going to reach out to your friends' parents, family members, alumni groups, professional networking groups. You're going to reach out to people on LinkedIn. You are going to find people who are doing things that excite you so you can be wildly interested and learn. And number 3, you're going to become so proficient at understanding AI and new technology that when you decide to work somewhere, because it's going to be your decision, you are going to be so valuable because you're going to know how to use the latest technology. You're going to take classes, you're going to find mentors, you're going to go to professional gatherings, and you're going to be the one people turn to. And not only will you find a job, you're going to find that you will be able to take care of yourself no matter what happens in the future, because you now have these skills.
If you're a new grad out there and you're having a hard time getting that first job, you're not alone. Trust me, I get it. The frustration, the disappointment, especially here in California. And the worst part is that no one warned us about this. If you're anything like me, you had a plan. You were going to graduate. You had a job lined up. You would start working. Your financial worries would go away. But what happens? You're 50 applications deep. It feels like you're getting rejected every single day. And those student loans are starting to creep up on you and give you nightmares. I remember being so naive about the job market. I remember being picky the first time I was applying. Nah, the ED's not for me. Nah, the hospital's colors don't match my skin tone. Nah, the hospital's cafeteria food's kind of mid. I'm joking, but only a little bit, honestly. But here's what you need to know. You need to keep going. I get it. I was there, but you're so close to your goal. It is worth the struggle. As a current hired new grad, I can tell you it's worth every struggle. The wave of relief, the joy, being able to hug my family, my friends, my loved ones, and tell them I made it, one of the proudest moments of my entire life. Your breakthrough is close. Keep going. You got this.
But he's like, oh my God, Josh, it's your 22nd birthday. What do you want?
How about a job?
How about a J-O-B, a place of employment? How about something that pays the bills? You know, how about a good old 9 to 5?
I'll work weekends.
A job.
College graduate.
They're gonna be searching for you. You're gonna have a fucking exclamation point.
A fucking highlighter over your forehead. Yeah? Really? I've applied to actually 50 jobs. And got to the 3rd round. Shots, hopes and dreams crumbling down.
Kill yourself, Joshua. I would like a job for my birthday.
Thank you very much.
One reason I think new grads struggle when it comes time to get a job is that the tactics that were successful when you were applying for college or internships are exactly the opposite of the tactics that are going to be most effective in getting you a full-time job. The reason for this is when you're applying to college, when you're applying to internships, it really is in your best interest to think critically about where the best matches are, rule down to a smaller list of options, and spend a lot of time in crafting a really high-quality application, edit your essays, lots of feedback. When you're applying to full-time jobs, they don't have the same hands-on approach. No one is reading your cover letters in most cases. Even stuff like reaching out to the hiring manager that a lot of people recommend. I'm not saying it's worthless, but you just need to be applying to a lot of jobs until your resume gets through. That's how it is. You might think, okay, I've been successful until this point and I should continue working with the same strategy. I should continue creating these really high-quality applications, but that's just not how it works. The good news is, compared to internships, there's just far more full-time jobs available. You will have a really good chance of getting a full-time job, but you can't be applying to 10 jobs every 6 months. You need to be applying to a minimum of 10 jobs per week, and frankly, that is on the low end for someone who's new grad. If you're more experienced, that can work if your response rate is higher. A new grad probably needs to be applying to at least 100 jobs a week.
25% of the U.S. population is effectively unemployed. Do you know who is actually unemployed right now and who is the most unemployable? Turns out it is college graduates. It turns out young people who are graduating from college right now are facing one of the toughest job markets in decades. The unemployment rate for degree holders between the age of 22 and 27 years old has reached its highest level in a dozen years. Joblessness among that group is now higher than the overall unemployment rate, and the gap is larger than it has been in more than 3 decades. And then, of course, we have the advent of AI and its rapid progression that is just taking away many of these entry-level jobs that a lot of these college students would have gotten prior to now.
All right, y'all, I appreciate y'all tuning to another episode of Gag with Geesh. Drop down in the comments, leave me some gags. Let us know, are you a new graduate and it's hard for you to find work? What is your struggle been? How have you been navigating this situation? Or have you graduated years ago? Can you relate to the new graduates of today? Whatever the situation is, drop down, let us know, and I will see y'all in the next video. Geech out.